Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and the Minnesota Twins franchise on MLB The Show 18. We've just barely gotten into this season, and the Twins are 4-2. But this episode is going to focus on the minor league affiliates in the organization. I like to spend a lot of time talking about the players that could be the future of this franchise. So we're going to go through opening day for both AA and AAA. We'll start with the defending Southern League champions, the Chattanooga Lookouts, down at AA. And now a lot of the players that made up that championship team last year have advanced either into AAA or, like Maxwell Fowler, is now in the majors. So this team has a lot of the players that I drafted last year. Taking the mound for the Lookouts in their first game was Cole Stewart, who is another one of our good prospects, but he's still lower rated. He has 67 overall and B potential. He has very good break at 81, velocity is 72, but there's still a lot of developing that has to happen with him, and he has time being 24 years old. I'm really excited about some of the hitters down here, and this is Carlos Rodriguez, who was drafted a year ago, and he played really well last year and was an all-star. Then there's Ty Gonzales, who was the 5th player I drafted in the last draft. He's a first baseman who came in with really high ratings for a first-year player. You can see the right center double here. He has contact ratings both in the 70s, 64 power off righties, 73 off of lefties. Then, it's our first selection last year, the 21-year-old Carmen Ojeda. Sadly, his potential was only a 78, but like Gonzales, he already has pretty good ratings to start. I just don't know how much higher they can get. So overall at AA, it is a different looking team with pitchers moving up to AAA for the most part. Cole Stewart here in the second does give up a walk and then an immediate single to the next batter, putting 2 aboard for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. But he's able to bounce back. That slider will be a great pitch for him with that tremendous break he gets. And that's his highest rated secondary pitch. With 1 down, 2 strikes, and then a big swing and a miss. Chasing one well outside, that was the circle change. Stewart throws 5 pitches in total. He has a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam, slider, 12-6, and that circle change. Here is our leadoff hitter currently, Andy Eckhart, who has good speed and is a pure contact hitter, especially against righties. And he takes a 3-0 pitch into left center. Next up, we have Carlos Rodriguez with a very unlucky swing going straight to first and then a double play. Not much you can do there if you're the runner, so a very slow start to this game. And a lot of these minor league games end up this way. Cole Stewart gives up a base hit, and then battles with the next batter. Circle change fouled off. Then late on the 91-mile-per-hour fastball. The good pitchers really stand out here in the minors, and we saw that a year ago with all the great pitchers that we had. Here's a good throw by catcher Stuart Baines, who gets the runner out at second. Scoreless into top of the 4th, and going down left field line, that's Alex Kirilloff, the 21-year-old outfielder. He did not have a very good season a year ago, but hopefully this year at AA he stands out a bit more. He could definitely be one of our best hitters down there if he just improves after last year's struggles. We'll go into the 5th inning now, and continuing to keep this game scoreless, we have a great play here by Angelle Velma. If he ever turns around his offense, he'll be an interesting player because every time I go down to AA, his defense stands out. And it seemed like pitching and defense was the only thing standing out in this game. Both teams struggle to get base runners, but the Jumbo Shrimp do draw a walk here. I did notice the control was a little lacking for Cole Stewart, so that's another area I'll try to improve. Here's outfielder Chuck Bearden getting a drive behind this pitch. It's going deep to right center field, but it will stay in the yard. Bearden also has B potential, and his best trait is hitting off of lefties. We'll go into the 6th. Cole Stewart, 1-2, and the fastball clocks in at 93 as he racks up another strikeout. Isaac Galloway up next. With 1 down, Stewart has this drilled into the right center gap. One of the best swings of the game to this point for the Jumbo Shrimp as Galloway jogs into second base. Can the Lookouts keep it scoreless? Well, a wild pitch isn't going to help. Baines throws it a bit late as Galloway moves up. So Stewart trying to save the run, gets the batter looking. It's the slider low in the zone. No doubt that was a strike. But the next batter down the line and foul by inches. Full count, fly ball then to left field. Cole Stewart gets himself out of his little jam to preserve his shutout. Bottom 6, Carlos Rodriguez on the ground through the right side as he gets aboard. I expect him to hit close to 300 again this year. However, they guessed right when I was going to steal with him, and they end up throwing him out pretty easily at second base. Cole Stewart's pitch count got a little high due to some walks and a lot of long at-bats, so he turned the DJ Baxendale. And there's that big curveball that frustrates the batter. We'll go right back to it. There's a lot of break on that sweeping curveball. Baxendale was an all-star a year ago as well, and it's no surprise watching these clips. 2-2, now it's the fastball on the inside corner. Baxendale strikes out the side. Still though, this shutout isn't so much fun when you're not scoring any runs. Baxendale gets his 4th straight strikeout, then his 5th. Now they chase the slider. DJ Baxendale, dominant stuff. 0-2 count, wasting no time at all. He strikes out the side not once, but twice. Nothing but frustration from the Jumbo Shrimp hitters. We have just 7 combined hits going into the bottom of the 8th inning. We will get another one here from Stewart Baines, the catcher, but it comes with 2 down. We go back to the top of the order. Andy Eckhart gets underneath one, and that's not where he's going to succeed very often. So we're going into the 9th, scoreless. Can anyone change that? Well, Raoul Fernandez enters the game. He was dominant as the closer a season ago, another all-star, and we get another strikeout. We made it look way too easy in this game. With 2 down, the streak does end, and this is a fly ball into right and caught. But now, can someone end this game? It's bottom of the 9th inning. Neither team has gotten a base runner to even third base. Carlos Rodriguez, dribbler to the pitcher. Looks like this one's never going to end. Ty Gonzales, he'll 2-hop one to third base. That's not going to help us out. So just 1 out left to go here in the 9th inning. We'll turn things to Carmen Ojeda. After a couple of easy outs, Ojeda does at least get a good hitter's count. It's 2-0. Ojeda drives it to center, going back to the wall, and this game is over. A walk-off home run supplies the only run of this game, and it's from our first-round draft pick last year. So not the most exciting game, I know, but it's a very exciting ending for a player I hope can grow into a good role in the organization. His potential is only a 78, so that does concern me. He does have his contact ratings in the 60s. His power is 63 off righties and 52 against lefties. But a good first impression here as Ojeda wins the game. And as a team, we struck out the Jumbo Shrimp 16 out of 27 outs. So there's a look at AA. Now we're going to head up to Rochester over in New York with our AAA affiliate, the Rochester Red Wings. This team definitely has some players that could end up at the majors at some point. And the top player I'd want to talk about here is Nick Gordon, one of our top prospects in the entire organization. Gordon also had a dominant spring training, and there's not much more he could have done. But there just wasn't enough room, I thought, on the roster for him. And I didn't think it was worth it to have him on the bench when he could be developing while playing at AAA. So let's get into this one against Syracuse. So we get off to an exciting start with a great catch in the outfield. Although the last thing I wanted to see going into this game was something else limiting offense. Nick Gordon up next, hit over 400 in the spring, and he flies out into left field. Batting third, we have Willie Ordonez, who had over 300 down at AA a year ago, and he's a great contact hitter. He hits one off the forearm of the pitcher and ends up reaching with an infield base hit. Ordonez also only 20 years old. Next up, Daniel Palco was on the Major League roster for maybe all of last season, but now with the improved talent, we no longer had room for him. and he flies one into center field here, and that ends up caught. In his major league career, Palco has had 17 home runs in this series. But now let's talk about Gary Tadano, who was maybe our best starting pitcher at AA for a lot of last season. Now he's up at AAA as Gordon tries to make a great play. Fails to do so, they call it a hit. Syracuse sends the runner, and this ball gets drilled into the right center gap. That'll score a run easily, so we're not waiting 9 innings for a run this time. But Tadano gives up 2 straight hits and then starts to settle things down. There's the cutter at 94 miles an hour. Tadano, 20 years old, 76 overall. I do think he will be a part of the starting rotation maybe late this year or early next season. His best pitch, by the way, is his cutter. Here is Justin O'Connor, who did not do well in the spring training games. He only had 1 hit in all of his at-bats, so he's down at AAA now as the primary catcher. Going back to the Syracuse offense, and again they open the inning with a hit off Tadano, but he shows that big breaking ball and gets the strikeout. Next, runner goes with 1 down, and O'Connor can't get the throw there in time, so another base runner in scoring position. 2 away, drilled to right, and caught on a line. A lot more excitement here from our opposition in the early goings as Syracuse maintains their 1-0 lead. They nearly hit AA and then actually do it later in the at-bat. I guess we'll take the base runner. Here is Nick Gordon with 2 away. Gordon pounds 1 into the ground, and that is another easy ground ball out. Let's go bottom 3 now. Gary Tadano, 2-2. Pitch is up there. It's a fastball, strike 3. This time, Tadano takes over. No excitement for the Chiefs in the 3rd inning. Daniel Palco in the 4th with 1 away, and he gets underneath 1. This is what we saw often in this game. Their pitcher drew a lot of lazy fly ball outs, and there wasn't much we could do about it. We had some line drives. Hit right at players, of course, and there's Johnny Sandoval, who moves up from AA a year ago. Just 1 hit for us as we go on to the bottom of the 4th inning, and now an interesting moment. A hit-by-pitch strikeout. If you're not familiar with the rule, if you swing, it doesn't matter what happens. It's a strike. So, that's one way to get it done. How about we go more traditionally to end the inning? Fastball on the inside, they can't catch up. Tadano's too good. In the 6th, can we get some offense, please? I'll take it. They don't even call that an error, which I disagree with, but I like that Gordon gets the hit. He's on first, 2 away, and driven to right. Ordonez lazily flies out again. Once more, we're not getting much offense, and even less this time around, I think. Just 2 hits through 6. Bottom of the frame, another leadoff hit. Sharp single into center. The very following pitch from Tadano is lined down the first base line, and that's another extra base hit. Having some trouble there in the corner. We eventually get it into the infield. But I thought at that point that Tadano's day should be done. It took him a lot of pitches to get to that point, and they were still getting good contact off of him. So we'll see what the bullpen's all about. Tyler J enters immediately. Quick strikeout on the circle change. 0-2 to the next batter. He'll lay off the changeup and the slider on the inside corner. He draws the count full and works it all the way back from 0-2 to walk. So they're loaded. Then a fly ball hit into right, fairly deep. That allows a runner to come home, and the Syracuse Chiefs make it 2-0. Can we just keep it to 2-0? Here's a ground ball hit to second. No problem there. But there is still the issue of generating offense, something that we haven't done well in this episode overall. Johnny Sandoval pulls 1 into left, and again, our best hit balls are right at somebody. Ariadrianza. He got hit last time, and now he's going to get a hit into right field, just sneaking that past the infielders. DJ Stewart trying to advance him. 1 down, flied into left center. It might have a chance. No, it gets tracked down. It just felt like there were 12 players on defense the entire time. Then we just get a little chopper back to the pitcher, and Quentin Berry can't leg it out. So we're going into the 9th. Down 2-0. Leading off, we have Nick Gordon. Now, I wanted to be very patient here, make them give us something good, and Gordon got nothing even close to good, so he draws a 4-pitch walk, and that takes their starter out of the game, and I was happy to see that. I was also happy to see a reliever come in who had an ERA over 5 with 51 appearances. So Ordonez, first pitch, turns on it. Line drive through the left side. We have 2 aboard. Something here for Rochester. Then Daniel Palco, trying to get a hold of one. He hits one in the air, but not as far as I was hoping. That's a fly ball, and now we're just one bad ground ball from ending this game. Johnny Sandoval, number 25, is the batter. And the first pitch to him, he'll jump on this, lined over short. It throws Gordon, so he can't score, but they're loaded. We finally have a scoring threat. We'll put in Zach Granite at second base, so a single basically guarantees 2 runs. Luis Sardinez grounded, it stopped. On to second, bare hand, pulls the first baseman off the bag. It's not over. We get a runner home and now need 1 more hit. Justin O'Connor had a poor spring, started this season 0 for 3. What better time to turn things around than here in the 9th inning? Base hit. And the Red Wings finally get some offense and tie the game. Now they want to take the lead. Adrianza in the air to center. There's an easy play, and that takes us to the bottom of the 9th inning. After the AA walk-off, I was trying to avoid the AAA walk-off. How about this play by Gordon? Nice job getting it over to second. We don't turn 2, but it was a nice-looking play. They do get the base runner on to second base, but with 2 down, we close up the 9th and head into extras. And I had a feeling there was still a lot of baseball left to be played. Line drive into right, here we go again. Bottom 10, runner on first base, and how about this? Right to second, we're gonna turn 2 in style, and we force an 11th inning. But guess what, that wasn't enough. Let's go to the 12th. Quentin Berry turns on one, skying it to right. Well, that's going to be another lazy fly ball out as we go bottom 12. Runner in scoring position, but a grounder to third. And the Red Wings end this inning as well. We're going to go to the 14th inning now, where the Red Wings have 2 aboard and nobody out. A-Ray Adrianza, 1-2 in the air, has a chance to fall in and does, loading the bases with nobody out. So all we got to do is generate 1 run from this situation, and we'll get the deep fly ball from DJ Stewart. Runners set up to tag, and here we go. Heading home and trying to beat the throw, we do. 3-2 Rochester. I kind of wanted 1 more run, but we couldn't get it. Diving catch, landing on first base. That's one way to have a double play. So we go to Nick Birdie, bottom 14. Please end the game. Birdie, strike 3 on the slider. He went around. Looking for out number 2. Again, 2 strikes and a jammed grounder. We're 1 out away from ending this game at last. 0-1 count from Birdie. Fastball nails the top at 97. Then strike 3 on the slider. That's game. We have a walk-off in AA and an extra inning victory here at AAA. We end up getting more wins, though. I guess that's all that matters at this point. Wish there was more offense for this episode, but a lot of good contact was right at somebody, and plus these aren't the highest rated hitters. I'm not completely sure, but I think that just being down at minor league level with these like 40 and 50, sometimes 60 contact players, you just have a harder time overall getting hits because the game knows about the Paul Goldschmidts of the world that can get a hit quite easily. So I think that the balance there maybe could be improved for the minor league players. But that is going to wrap up this episode, and next time we are going to return to the major league level and play with the Twins. We will spend some time throughout the year in the minors when there are players that we should keep an eye on and maybe could help us out in the future. I like going down the AA and playing some games, or down the AAA to see a player who could be deserving of a call-up. We'll have to see how the season unfolds, and we'll see what happens every episode at all 3 levels here. But thank you all for watching and supporting the Minnesota Twins franchise. I will see you again soon back with the Twins. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your feedback down below. See you next time. Have a great day.